Kevin Fleming, MUX Project One. I don't have an application to allow me to screenshot my Android device at this time, and I'm going to use an Android IMDb application and review it. So I'm just going to leave on this screen so I can go directly to the questions. Who are the target users? The target users are really anybody who wants to see a movie, whether they're at home or they're going out to a movie, or even if they're looking for something on TV, because IMDb covers TV as well as movies. But the two I'm going to focus on are really going to, well, actually, three I'm going to focus on are going to be movie buffs, parents, and couples. That way I can really kind of cut down on the time. What do they want from the app? We'll begin with movie buffs. Movie buffs are really going to want to know as much about the movie as possible before and even after they see it. They're going to want to see who the actors are in the movie, who the directors are, even who the writers are. Anybody who had anything to do with the movie can be found on IMDb, usually linked to the movie. If they find a particular actor in a role they like, they can go back. They can actually search for the actor through the character, even if they weren't a main actor. And a lot of times they may want to know trivia about what happened on set or about the writing. They can go through and find that. Or if it's a historical movie, they can even find information on the historical events that led to the movie and things of that nature. Parents, when parents want from the app, they want to go through the app and see that the movie they're looking at is okay. There's actually a parent's guide inside the app, which is really great for parents with kids. They can go through and it will tell them, it'll give them a rating score for different things in the movie, violence, adult situations, adult content. They can see all of that before they decide to take their children to a movie. As a parent, that's going to be one of the most important things they're looking for when selecting a movie for their child to go watch. They can also see the synopsis, see if it's something they don't want to expose their children to. Perhaps it's a kid's movie, but a parent has an issue with magic or witches or something like that. They can read the synopsis and decide that's not something they want their children to view. Couples, they can use the app in order to say they hear about a movie that they think they might want to go see. They can view the synopsis, view other ratings, view critics' ratings, view users' ratings, and kind of get an idea if they really want to go see the movie or not. And then from there, all three users can view showtimes. They can go through and view theaters. Some theaters do not sell tickets through IMDb. I believe that's more up to the theater whether they sell tickets online or not. Some theaters will have tickets on there. Some theaters won't. It's just kind of hit and miss. How, where, and when are they using it? It's gonna really be a variety of different ways. Users, depending on the user, they may be looking for a movie to go see that weekend. Say it's a Friday night, you're sitting at home, you decide you don't want to just sit at home. You can pull up IMDb on your phone real quick or the computer. But with the phone's always handy, so it's going to be the go-to usually. So they can be sitting at home, pull up the app, find a movie that looks interesting, view the synopsis, see if there's an actor in it they may like, and then from there go to showtimes, buy tickets, and then go to the theater. Or they could just decide to view showtimes, go to the theater to buy tickets. If also maybe couples are out, visiting friends, they decide they don't want to go home, they could be in the car and pull up IMDb and say, okay, let's go watch this movie. It's playing at this time and it's close by us. Movie buffs, they could be in the theater. As soon as they walk out of the theater, they could pull it up, type out, they could write a review on what they like, what they didn't like. They could rate the movie. Even find, well, say I know that actor, but I'm not sure of his name. Real quick, pull it up. I'm not sure what he's been in. Find the actor, find his filmography, and say, okay, well, I want to watch this movie because he's in it. And go from there. Um, there's really a whole lot of different scenarios that they could use the app for. They could also go to the theater. Anybody could go into a theater and decide, well, I don't like this theater, or it's sold out. Well, let me see if there's another theater close. While they're at the theater, pull up for the movie they're looking for, find another theater that is playing, and go to another theater. In what ways is the app designed to meet those needs? It's really designed very well to meet those needs because you can pull up really anything you want to see as far as the actors, directors. You can search for anybody in the movie. You can even search for characters in the movie, and it will give you a synopsis of the characters from the movie. The biggest problem with IMDb is when you're trying to look for top movies, if you select the movie option, the movie tab, it doesn't just pull up a list of just strictly movies. It pulls up a list of movies and TV. It's just the top titles, which is kind of a blunder because it doesn't do the same thing on strictly the TV. When you select TV, it pulls up only TV options. For the most part, the app meets the needs really well. It hides everything that needs to be hidden when it needs to be hidden. You don't have a sidebar at all times. It shows you everything you want to see right away. In what ways is the user experience good or bad? The user experience is really good with the Android app. With the iPhone app, I found that I don't like it as much because it's harder to find the parent's guide. It's harder to find the tickets through it simply because of the way it's set up. I don't know if it's easier to program with Android or if there's something else going on with it. But when selecting a movie with the iPhone, it doesn't show as easy to find the movie. It shows the trailer, it shows the cast, it goes through, you give the options, message boards, things of that nature, but it's harder to find tickets in order to buy tickets. For the most part, they're pretty similar, but that's one of the big notices I've seen. And they've changed the app recently. Now they show showtimes up top, and it's if you're switching from one platform to the other, you may be looking for it in a specific spot and it's not there, so it's disorienting to the user because you want to have your app as close to possible on all platforms, so that way when the user jumps from one platform to the other, they're already familiar with it. They're not having to look for something different and pick through in order to find it. Apart from that, that's really it. I did notice, however, that if you're looking for movie news, it doesn't pull up a continuous list. It just pulls up a list of about 10 different news stories. Whereas with actors, it pulls up the top 50 actors.